It's been a long day for Seb Ford in the control booth. He's just he's freestyling a bit there. A little bit of black screen, a little bit of Sting, just mixing it up. Welcome back to GameSpot's Stage 2 here at E3 2013. I'm delighted to be joined by David Goldfarb, who is the game director of Payday 2. How's your E3 been?
I've been in a room for 3 days.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so limited, I would say, but really good.
This is the common theme of E3, of interviewing people. Have you managed to play anything at all?
No. I saw a game from across the room. Does that count?
Sweet.
I saw, yeah.
Have you played Payday 2, at least?
Yes.
Great.
That was the sum total of my experience. I kind of saw other people playing it, and then I stood there and I played for about 15 minutes.
Nice, 15. That's probably enough.
Yeah,
well, we're going to get about that much out here as well. We've got a playable build of
cool.
Payday 2 we're going to have a look at. So, the first Payday game, an interesting concept. It was a downloadable game. It was only on PlayStation 3, I think I remember.
It was on, PSN and PC.
On PC as well, of course. Interesting concept in that it was kind of like, there was 6 or 7 independent missions that had sort of randomly generated elements within it.
Yeah.
Is Payday 2 similar in that vein?
Not even a little bit.
No, really?
So it is in that we retained like the concept, the like robbing banks with your friends. It's kind of a. Did you hear something?
Yeah, I've been hearing people screaming in the back of my head. This always happens the last day of E3.
I just wanted to be sure that I had,
it's
I wasn't hallucinating or anything. Yeah, so we're, the first game was very much kind of the first game still is very Left 4 Dead kind of, a heist game. We could have made that game. We just kind of felt like maybe it would be better if we went further. So now it's become really like a robbery RPG or a heist simulator.
And I guess this time around as well, this is a full box product. This is no longer a downloadable game.
Yeah, it's a full box product.
So in terms of scope, are you thinking grander?
Oh yes. So I mean, there's 5 times as many missions.
Okay, wow.
And the missions, I mean, I keep referring to it for some reason because I think it's true. It's sort of if you made a heist game, but if you made Dark Souls into a heist game, that's kind of what this became.
Okay.
Because it was a big influence on me when I'd played it all the time and I thought about it all the time. And then
so in terms of the difficulty or in terms of
I think
multiplayer aspect?
I think it's like committing to choices, not explaining everything to people.
Gotcha.
Adopting roles that you're unsure about, discovering things in the game without kind of beating people over the head with them. And then all the parts that are RPG. I mean, Diablo 2 is also another.
We've got it playing here. It'd be great if you could kind of talk through this.
Sure.
I think one of the wonderful things about Payday is even though it is a game has a gun sticking out the front in a first-person perspective, it has an incredible amount of unique scenarios in it.
Yeah. Well, this looks like so far they're trying to stealth this mission, and they've actually marked the guy. Now, if I haven't seen anyone actually pull this off, okay, so he almost detected them there.
Stealth in the first game wasn't as much of an option, I think.
It really wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's one of the huge, terrifying elements that we added. Was we actually made a stealth co-op game, or at least the option, so you don't have to stealth. We didn't want to force you into any path, but if you're really, really good, like you just knocked that dude out, you can actually disarm the pager and be like, he's a belt pager. So if you don't disarm the pager, you have to answer it.
Oh, really?
And so you're like, here's a minor weapons malfunction.
Really?
Yeah, and you can do it twice, or if you have the skills, you can actually do it more. And so you kind of have the opportunity to sort of manipulate all these elements in the world. So he just tossed
that's so dark.
He tossed the body. But he's still stealthing. So far so good. And this is all because he built his character a certain way. He's unlocked all these skills that allow him to do these things.
So are we currently playing single player or are we playing a multiplayer game?
He's playing, this looks like he's playing, let me see. I think he's playing with bots.
If you can't tell the difference, that's probably a good sign.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been detected now.
Yeah, wait, but see, you still have like a very narrow window. He's fucked now though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the alarm's gonna go off. I think the bandit barrier is gonna go down. Yeah, so now like, this has gone bad, as they all go bad. Every single heist I've seen so far in the 3 days I've been here has gone bad in like a different way.
Yeah.
And it's weird because most of the time, you do a demo and you're like, oh no, it's screwed up, and you feel like an idiot. But here it's like, well, you knew that was coming. So so this is the camera room. He technically could have stealthed in here, knocked out the cameraman, killed the alarms, or he could have put an ECM jammer if he was playing a ghost, and killed the cameras for 15 seconds.
So what was it that tripped at that time? We saw obviously a security guard saw it. He tried to shoot at the CCTV camera on the wall. Well, who was it? A civilian saw him?
I didn't actually see what the blame message was. I think it was probably that the camera saw him and there was a guy manning the camera.
Okay.
And then the civilians probably were like on the phone immediately, like, "There's a man," like whatever.
Vining.
Yeah.
As it was happening.
Yeah.
I've been seeing these masks all over the convention hall as well. You've had them. Obviously, it's very iconic imagery in Payday.
Yeah.
Do you guys in Payday 2, is there some sort of storyline that matches these guys together? Is there overarching narrative, or is it the same sort of independent missions?
It's really more. Well, the thing is that we've changed. The first game had the single mission.
Yeah.
When I came on, one of the things that I wanted to do was make it so you could actually do like a jewelry store heist, and and a bank heist, and other types of heists. So you have different spectrum of time in terms of investment, and so now what we've done is like subdivided the missions, so you can actually have multi-day heists.
Okay.
So you can you can go to completely different maps and environments within like a single heist, and what that does is allows us to have a kind of narrative in that string of missions
between that, but it's like a self-contained kind of thing.
So it's kind of like in GTA where you take a contract and then you do one thing, except we allow you to kind of do a couple things and then you get paid at the end of that job. So you have to actually complete the entire string to get your payday, which is like the loot, which is masks and weapon customization and stuff like that.
Whenever I talk to people about Payday, it's always one of those games that a lot of people, if they've never heard of it and they've heard of it, that you tell them about it, they kind of go, oh yeah, how come never made that before? Like when you think about, you just mentioned it a second ago, Grand Theft Auto, arguably the best mission in Grand Theft Auto 4 is the bank robbery. When we talk about films like Heat and Dog Day Afternoon and stuff, like it's a fantastic trope.
Yeah, it is.
There's so much variability in it. You can have so many different scenarios, different stories and stuff. You guys terrified that someone else is going to come along and try and make this game as well? Because it seems like a
I think a lot of people. We're in a very specific space, It's we're not trying to make a single player campaign.
Yeah.
God help, thank God.
You've made enough of those in your time.
Yeah. This is by far the most ambitious game I've ever made, because cooperative stealth RPG, all these intersecting systems, and a robbery game, which is inherently complex. You have civilians, you have police, you have alarms, you have all these like visibility and who can see what and does it look real, and because you have people who have expectations of what they should do. So I don't think anyone would willingly enter into that space just because it's so hard.
Right. Okay. So what was it that dragged you into it then? Is it
Well, I was pretty much done of working on Battlefield, if that's what you mean, and I had always wanted to make a bank robbery game, and if I'm truthful, I'd always wanted to make an RPG. So that was this was my way of like forcing RPG elements into something that didn't really have them, and so because I thought the conceit would work, it would work with a robbery game. I was like, you make a character, you have an economy, all those things fit the metaphor.
So in terms of what's happened here at the moment, obviously you've been made, the police are outside, bullets are flying, bodies are dropping. What's the win condition at this stage? Just getting the money and getting the hell out of there?
Well, yeah, I mean, they can make the choice to get, once that vault pops, which should be soon if somebody goes over, they could get one bag or whatever the condition is, and get the hell out. Or if they're feeling greedy, they can hang around and like get all of them, or they could even start going into the safe deposit boxes.
Is there any chance to backstab your fellow robbers?
You can leave someone behind.
Okay.
Which means you're actually going to get a lower quality loot when the payday arrives.
Okay.
But yeah, you can do it. You can be like, man, you left me behind, and people get kind of angry when that happens.
Did a majority of people who played the first game, Payday, the heist, were they playing multiplayer or were they playing solo, do you think?
Multi.
Yeah.
It's a cooperative game. It's so hard to play single player.
Yeah.
And this is the same. It's very, very punishing.
So it's quite possible to get in and out without being seen at all. What would be the average length of like a completely clean emptying of the vault, safety deposit boxes, nobody's seeing you?
Man, and I know people are gonna do it.
Yeah.
I think they could probably pull this whole thing with like a good crew, maybe in 12 minutes.
Wow. I can see some speed runs,
people are going to be able to probably do it in much faster. But it's really, really hard because all these elements are randomized. So you're not going to be able to be like, oh, the guard always walks that way. Because he might not. No, he might not walk that way. So it's really very much like every time you play it, there's a zillion different random elements, whether choppers land on the roof or whether they tear gas the place or whether the cops park out front or where the escape vanners if he shows up late or early, all that stuff.
So what type of scale are we talking about in terms of the missions as well? I'm assuming this is kind of somewhere in the middle. This is like a local bank. You said your jewelry stores. Are there much larger ones too?
This is a branch bank.
I used to work in a branch bank.
Did you?
Yeah, I was a porter.
Get out of here.
So I was the guy at the door who would have to lock it if there was a heist.
Oh man, we got to talk about this.
This is pretty
so
terrifying.
Were you guys ever robbed?
Never. One of the local banks in our town was, not when I worked there. I was like a fill-in. I used to work like 2 months every summer.
So you technically, did you ever think about
robbing a bank?
Did it ever cross your mind?
My mother worked in the off-counter area, so she was where the business dropped the bags.
So
if there was ever, she was a high risk.
She was high risk, right?
So what used to happen? Obviously, this was in Ireland.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of, I forget the name of it. It's a certain type of robbery. It's called when they basically apprehend either a bank manager or a high.
It's a takedown.
Beforehand.
Yeah.
So like when they're at home.
Oh.
And then bring them in. So they take their family. And then they say, go into the bank in the morning, empty the vault, and we'll bring it out here, or we'll kill your wife and kids. So
that's pretty hardcore.
It's pretty dark.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my Payday.
Wow.
story.
Okay. Well,
but it has never happened.
We haven't done that. Just so we're clear.
I once had the security van outside catch on fire, the one with all the money in it, and I had to lock the door. It was one of the the boxes they bring out with the paint in them.
Yeah.
The battery was going in it, and it was beeping on the way out. And when he put it in the van, it detonated. And just smoke billowed out, and one of the guys who was in the van who takes it was stuck in the van and was like knocking on the roof trying to get out. So a load of people around town had to get up on top of the roof. I had to take the money box off the dude, lock the bank door, isolate myself in the room so no one could get near me.
I think I'm going to work this into a scenario somehow.
The porter mission.
The porter mission. That's pretty awesome.
So how much is left in the drilling here? How long does it usually take?
It looks like a minute.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really close to opening. So, and the drill, of course, if you play Payday 1, you know that the drills all suck. But if you had built your character a certain way, the drills have a much lower... Oh, the door just opened.
Go. Pop goes the weasel.
Yeah. The drills have a much lower chance of breaking down.
All right.
So it's gold. This is actually random.
Oh, really?
What's in there? So you're like... And the gold is super, super heavy. So now he's carrying
amazing.
So he's tilted. So, oh, shit. But you can throw the bags if you're an enforcer.
Oh, that's great.
You can throw them, and if you're really good, you have a bunch of... You string your guys across, and you can toss bags to each other and catch them.
Oh, really? And throw them because it's faster?
So it's much faster.
Oh, my God. So we'll have to see now. Are there any more cops? Oh, safety deposit boxes?
I think he's going to hit the...
Pick the lock. Wait, just so the driver knows, we haven't got too much time.
Yeah.
So you've also got a time limit on the GameSpot stage, so maybe pick this one lock and get out of there.
Pick this lock and go. Is someone... I think it's... Yeah.
We're talking gameplay here.
Yeah, exactly. Waingro went down. You know who Waingro is, right? Waingro.
What's Waingro?
He's from Heat. We just named all the characters after characters in Heat, like the names
of course.
That's Val Kilmer and.
Brilliant! Is that's in the game as well?
No, I mean we just did it for the purpose of the show, but we thought it would be fun.
We've got to wrap it up, unfortunately.
No
David, thank you so much for bringing Payday 2 over here. Could you tell the folks at home when it's coming out and on what platforms? Because you're not just on the PlayStation on consoles anymore.
No, we're going to be out on PC, on PS3, and on Xbox 360, and it'll be out kind of late August.
Awesome. Thank you very much. It was the last game on the GameSpot Stage 2. Delighted. It's a pretty good game.
Yeah.
I'm going to relive my life as a bank porter, but from the opposite side. Every time I kill someone, I'm going to be like, that's me. That's like past me. I'm smoking myself.
That's troubling.
Boom.
But yeah.
Thank you for.
But yeah,
thank
that's
you.
not my life anymore.
No,
Thank God.
exactly.
Bang, bang.
I killed the porter inside of me.
Yeah, he's gone forever.
I can't wait to have a drink tonight.
Yeah,
it's
me
gonna be great.
neither. It's going to be fantastic. All right, we're finished.
E3 2013 is almost done. We're going to have an editor check in about 5 minutes, so stick around and we'll say goodbye to one of the most interesting E3s in recent memory. Stick around.